Are you tired of watching your profits slip away with every missed opportunity in the market? Well, today's your lucky day because we have uncovered the holy grail of scalping trading strategies. In this video, we reveal the best TradingView indicator that will transform the way you approach trading forever. As always, nothing in this video is financial advice. It's all for informational purposes only. On TradingView, we're going to search for the following indicator, which is the Nadaraya Watson Regression Indicator by J.D.E. Horty. Before we move on with this extraordinary indicator, make sure you click that like button on this video, type boom in the comments below, and also subscribe and turn on the bell so that you never miss out on any of my future videos about amazing buy-sell indicators on TradingView. Firstly, so what is the Nadaraya Watson regression? The Nadaraya Watson regression is a type of kernel regression, which is a non-parametric method of estimating the curve of the best fit for a data set. Unlike linear regression, kernel regression does not assume any underlying distribution of the data. For estimation, it uses a kernel function, which is a weighting function that assigns a weight to each data point based on how close it is to the current point. The computed weights are then used to calculate the weighted average of the data points. One of the questions that you're probably thinking about is, how is this different from using a moving average? Well, a simple moving average is actually a special type of kernel regression that uses a uniform kernel function. What this means is that all data points in the specified look-back window are weighted equally. In contrast, the rational quadratic kernel function used in this indicator assigns a higher weight to the data points that are closer to the current point. This means that the indicator will react more quickly to changes in the data. The rational quadratic kernel line is going to be the baseline for our strategy, meaning when price is above the kernel line, we are only going to be looking for buys, and when the price is below the kernel line, we are only looking for sells. Next, we are going to add another indicator by the author. However, before moving forward, make sure you click that like button on this video and also subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Oh yeah, and type boom. All right. Next, open the indicator option and type Nadaraya Watson and add this one by J.D.E. Horty to your chart. What you'll see from the chart is that the indicator identifies potential zones of overbought or oversold using these envelope bands. Now, what exactly is an envelope band? In technical analysis, an envelope usually refers to a pair of upper and lower bands that surround the price action to help characterize extreme overbought and oversold conditions. Envelopes are often derived from a simple moving average and are placed at a predefined distance above and beyond the SMA, or simple moving average, from which they're generated. However, envelopes do not necessarily need to be derived from the moving average. They can be derived from any estimator, including a kernel estimator such as the Nadaraya Watson. In this indicator, the rational quadratic kernel estimates the price value of each bar in the user-defined look-back window. From this estimation, the upper and lower bands of the envelope are calculated based on the custom ATR, or average true range, calculated from the kernel estimations for the high, low, and close series. These calculations are then scaled against a user-defined multiplier, which can be used to further customize the upper and lower bounds for a given chart. What we have found is that using the default settings for both the J.D.E. Horty indicators are sufficient. However, we are going to add our last indicator to the chart. The last indicator that we're going to add is the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. Now that we have all the components of the trading strategy, let's make a few changes, small changes to the indicators to make sure and make them easy to read. On the Style tab of the RSI, we are going to unselect all of the options except for the RSI line and the RSI middle band. On the chart, we have the Euro USD on a 5-minute time frame. This is going to be the first time frame for the example. However, the indicator and strategy featured today can be used on any time frame. With all the elements of the trading strategy in hand, let's take a look at the rules for the buy or long trade. As with any indicator, I have to tell you, it's best to test it for yourself and back test it against any of the instruments and time frames that you guys like to trade, okay? So make sure you do back test this. Our first step for a buy trade is price needs to have recently been in the band of the envelope indicator, meaning we need to wait for the price to be oversold, which could indicate a potential reversal. Next, we need to wait for the price to cross the baseline and turn from red to green. Lastly, we check that our RSI, or Relative Strength Index, is above 50, showing that we have enough momentum for the prevailing trend to happen. Only once all of these confluences are in place, enter your buy position with the stop loss below the recent swing low and aim for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, meaning you can simply drag your take profit until it reaches the 1 to 2 level. Now let's take a look at another example. On this chart, we have the BTC USD, or Bitcoin against the US dollar, on a 5-minute time frame, but keep in mind that you can use this strategy with any time frame available. Firstly, price needs to have recently been in the band of the envelope indicator, meaning we need to wait for price to be oversold, which could indicate a potential reversal. Next, we need to wait for the price to cross the baseline and turn from red to green. Lastly, we check that our RSI, or relative strength index, is above 50, showing that we have enough momentum for the prevailing trend to happen. Only once all of these confluences are in place, enter your buy position with a stop loss below the recent swing low and aim for 1 to 2 risk to reward. What this means is for every 1% that we risk, we should aim to get a 2% return on the account. From the chart, you can see that the trade played out in our favor. Next, let's take a look at a short or sell trade example. On the chart, we have the USD JPY, or the US dollar against the yen, on the hourly time frame. The first step in the strategy is that we need to wait for the price to have recently been overbought, indicating a potential reversal. What this means is price needs to have recently been inside the Nadaraya Watson Envelope indicator. Next, we need to wait for the price to cross and close below our baseline. You will see that the line color has also changed from green to red. Lastly, we go to our relative strength indicator to confirm that we have enough momentum for the trade to play out in our favor. This means that the RSI needs to be below 50. Once all these criteria are in place, simply enter your sell trade with a stop loss above the recent swing high and aim for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Another alternative way of using the Nadaraya Watson Envelope indicator is to wait for price to be oversold and hold your trades for longer. By combining these 3 different indicators, we are able to get a fantastic win rate combined with a high risk to reward ratio. So the strategy works on different time frames and instruments in the market, so feel free to test it out yourself with the stuff that you guys like trading, right? Forex, crypto, stocks, options, whatever it is. Like all other indicators, make sure you do back test it to see how it's working for what you like to trade. The strategy and TradingView indicators in this strategy used in this video are completely free to use. But if you're looking for an amazing premium indicator, I personally use Lux Algo Premium for my trading, and I highly recommend it to anyone that wants more success in the markets. And Lux Algo is the #1 provider of trading indicators worldwide and is trusted by over 50,000 traders. I've got a link to it in the description below, so make sure you check it out. And if you want to see the exact trades that I'm actually making, like this one that I recently posted that I got a 66% return, check out my free Telegram channel and join my All Access Patreon, where I post the details as soon as I get into a trade, and then I post again when I get out. Links to those are in the description below as well. And if you want to continue becoming a better trader and make more money, be sure to check out this next video. I'll see you on the next one.
And we're gonna let it